You guys a little bit about it because so we play all this traditional jazz that's been around for 100 years, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. And this song was written by Fess Williams, who was born Stanley Rudolph Williams in 1894 in Danville, Kentucky. He moved in his late teens. He decided on being a clarinet and saxophone player. He played lots of instruments and settled on those in his late teens. And he's from a musical family and sired a musical family as well. He moved up to Chicago in the 20s and headed a band there, and then ended up going on a traveling circuit up to New York, where he ended up staying. And his band, the Royal Flush Orchestra, that he formed in New York, recorded this tune in 1930, along with several other tunes. And they had a residency at the Savoy Ballroom in New York City for a couple of years, from 26 to 28. So Fess was known as a pretty flamboyant performer. He wore lots of wild outfits, white suits and top hats and things like that. And he was also a very expressive player. He played in different types of styles. One of them is called the gas pipe clarinet, making lots of different sounds with the horn, like squawks and growls and all kinds of things. As he also played slap tonguing and used circular breathing a lot to do long extended notes that he would hold out and wow the crowd with. And his style ended up falling out of favor, in the 30s, along with a lot of the other music we play, and different jazz was born. And Fess still led bands, but he also sold real estate. And his nephew was Charles Mingus, and Mingus was a legendary bass player, and in the 60s he invited Fess as a spotlight guest in his town hall music series in New York. So in 1962, Fess put together a band again, including some of his old members from his old days of playing with the Royal Flush Orchestra, as well as some of his other groups, and some of Mingus' bands, including Eric Dolphy, who's a wonderful reed player as well. And I think this song was brought to Smoking Time by our saxophone player and clarinet player James Evans here, and we try to pay tribute to Fess at this tune. James does a wonderful job of exploring the horn in all the ways that it could make a sound, and paying tribute to Fess Williams as well as this style of music. We recorded this tune and one of his other tunes called Friction that James brought to us, and our new CD that we're really lucky to have been able to record at the beginning of March before everything locked down. So you'll get to hear it again soon when the CD comes out. But this one's called Playing My Saxophone.